Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? Sorry,
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all?
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious...
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain...
Aw, but...
No need to worry just yet. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to... In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on.
Oh, Paimon's expectations were pretty low, but this is so low. So what do we do now? Even if we wanted... Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The adventure...
Astra Abyssos.
Catherine, we need your help.
Understood. The adventurers...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable...
Aww, another dead end. Well...
Please, do not worry. I may know in Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous... They take on various contracts and work all across... An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are...
Corps of 30?
Supposedly, they are named as such. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him. You're welcome.
All right, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
The sight of shiny jewels always...
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand.
I see. So, Catherine's the one. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since it isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although, in their eyes, She was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announces any...
Really?
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it...
All right. Well,
No problem.
seems Osfund was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad.
Whoa, really?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him. With the wisdom, the man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests, and in despair he thought, alas, the Archon has
Okay.
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt at that moment a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar. Oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass. Every...
Yeah, thanks for the story.
In a way.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusan...
Of course. It's so... I'm terribly sorry, but it...
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! We finally managed to find...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long...
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you
Yeah, she went...
Quick, after her!
There you are, Dunyarzad! We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you start...
You can relax now. We threw those people...
Really? Thank you. Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? more of...
No, wait, my body isn't in the best Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago.
I see. In that case, you two should scram.
Wait a sec.
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that you... My lady, let's get going. You've been...
And if I refuse to go...
It'd be easier for the both of...
Hey, Dunyarzad already said...
Stay out of this. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my...
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but that's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an... And knowing your health...
No, you're wrong. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with... Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father. And I'm grateful for everything they've done because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same. This is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what...
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine. I won't ask you to return home, but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination.
Thank you, Dia.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still... So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This...
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've...
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so...
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't...
Sure! After...
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now.
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve...
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Wait, we're paying for ourselves now?
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. What do you have? Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendroarchon? Even though I don't know how.
Huh?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness, I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to my younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was then one night. I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind.
Dunyarzad. Who are you? How do I explain this? Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder. Wow, you really did Yarzad. Is what? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? Then can you make me? Oh. Then.
After that, the voice said, okay. Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumero city. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Teyvat. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help.
What's.
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumero. But because of the Academia's influence, the Academia actively participates in Sumero's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's fest, maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of.
Aww.
It is. It's absolute. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusan.
Just remember that we're still out.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu? The one who's.
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today.
Sure, that's quite the trip, though. I'll carry.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens...
But of course, Nilu will be thrilled. Sorry I'm late,
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught.
You could say that, but everything worked out. Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends.
So you're followers from another land? That's wonderful. By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks...
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could...
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating...
Wow! This place is...
Not bad. Last time I was...
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair, we reported it to the Academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it.
Oh, probably because it was the theater.
The Academia looks down on performers like us. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go thank the Danger Archon for Dunyarzad, but the more she gave us, the stage is going to be even prettier when it's...
And I can't wait to see you on the...
Nilu, what are you gonna be...
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros. The most
Junior Zod, have you told him the or-
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay. Then according to legend, the Sub-Zeros festival was originally a long, long time ago. On one of Greater Lord, some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing. So that as she danced upon the grass, those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, huh? Really? Oh, although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. Though we're just tiny people."
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to...
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all.
Yeah.
Thinking about the goddess, if my stage were anything like that... So, Traveler...
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday.
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Of course Paimon wants...
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zeros festival together?
Junior Zod, everyone at the Grand Bazaar... In that case, we'll take a look...
Huh. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents... Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer... I mean...
Things are real. Don't be fooled into thinking. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers,
Whoa! Did you know that the Sub-Zeros festival is about to happen?
As a child, my grandmother Sub-Zeros.
Nilu, your outfit...
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress.
Wow, did you...
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. I've noticed that you can't...
May I?
Of course. Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like... Catherine! Huh. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was
Sure. Standing behind the counter, but saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. But take you two, for example.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Teyvat and all that, but we're...
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers were
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. Oh.
Alright, we'll see you next time at the Adventurers Guild. Oh, by the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here.
There's something...
Hey, Traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia.
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord.
Are you serious?
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too much. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest.
Sounds like a Let's head over to the Citadel of Razor and wait for Dia.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the... Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she...
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met.
It's called being a professional.
Look, Dia's
Listen, I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know... Oh, hey, Chief.
Ah, Dia, what are you doing here?
I take it you all know...
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking...
Ruksha's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumera City to be... Since you've already mentioned the theft...
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This...
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you... Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the...
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice, try introducing...
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port...
If you're also interested, just...
Count me out. I've got plenty of work. And take it from me. If you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for the Scarlet King." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming...
You bet they are.
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandon their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a god. Well, traveler,
Thanks, Dia! And since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City...
Miss Dunyarzad is looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival. So, be sure to get good. Then we'll see you both...
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
Come and have a good look yourself. Tradition.
You've got a deal.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly...
Wow! Talk about a hurly-burly! This place is busy! Guess that... Let's get our bit... No, that would have... Oscar told us to try posing as academia students while asking around. Paimon doesn't get it! Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come to...
Welcome.
welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask you a question.
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumero City, many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But sure, we may not be Sumero City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better.
Those students seem to be
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer, especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about the Scarlet King and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them.
They're called Ain el Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing were—
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are. I've heard that Ain el Akhmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing—
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to—
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's—
Well, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pick—
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research and shady knowledge? So, what's our plan? Wait! Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000? Oh! Alright. I'm never— Port Ormos is pretty great. There's so many new and interesting things. Sumeru's largest commercial port sure lives up to its name. Look at all the—
How did things— All thanks to your artistic license. That's how. I should—
But when I finished the prototype Aranara yesterday, you agreed that the kids would like it.
Well, I never thought they'd dislike it so much.
Oh, what should we do?
Whoa. Yeah. Compared to everyone else, they seem really down in the dumps. Let's go find out what's going on. Hey there! Paimon's name is—
Oh, I noticed you two a moment ago. Well, what's bothering us is this prototype Aranara.
Prototype Aranara? You mean this wood carving here? It looks like a mushroom.
There we have it.
Not the first negative feedback.
So, what exactly is a prototype Aranara?
So for context, Aranara, our magical creature for the store's 20th anniversary. We plan to release a series. This is a prototype we made to get an idea of how they would react. When we put it out there, the reaction was not quite.
They thought it looked like a mushroom too, huh?
No, worse than that, actually. I can't quite...
This is not an Aranara. No, I've read Uncle Tanja's Aranara and the ill little fungus. It says that Aranar are supposed to be chubby and
Boys do look better when they're round and chubby. Uncle Tonder said if R&R is round, then you can deceive the eyes, but you can't deceive. This carving makes me feel lost and confused inside. I don't think the Ooh, didn't put his heart into it, huh?
Kasid and Alia didn't like this carving, but it doesn't look too happy. So it's gonna...
Oh, a marketing...
Yeah, so I would totally ask my dad to get it for me.
Oh, well, that took a sudden turn for the worse. We asked the children for their opinions.
Oh, how did it go? Has it maybe, Oh, this is such a shame.
Oh, the kids kept mentioning an Uncle Tonder.
Uncle Tanger is a famous children's... He wrote quite a few stories in the past, but none of them were popular among children. But around a year or so ago, he suddenly had a eureka moment or something.
That's right. My little Ghaffari loves his stories too. We asked Tanja for guidance, but right after he agreed, he went off to Gun. We were running out of time, as you can see.
Oh, hey! Since you're the famous traveler, could you do us a favor and... he doesn't have to come in person if he's too busy. Just, please, if only to put a smile on the
They seem pretty desperate. Let's help them out. To see the kids smile. Yep. Oop. This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere and see if we can spot the group they mentioned.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Ha! Once we reclaim the power of the Scarlet
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for...
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use...
All these guys talk...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when the Scarlet King exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the students say Eremites are wary of outsiders?
A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it? Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right. We heard you mention the Scarlet King just now. We're actually...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little... As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of the Scarlet King. Years ago, the Scarlet King founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was the Scarlet King was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted.
So, you mean...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed the Scarlet King's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent... But the story doesn't end there, oh no. The mark my words, our god shall return. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of the Scarlet King. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation...
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and listen to me, that address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merch. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you
I told you the other day.
Ha! The boss made...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that...
I'm warning you. Don't push...
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons... If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation, I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might... Consider this. Have I ever failed to follow through on my word?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food.
Mr. Iman, there appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're... Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Did you see that? He not only got us our moon plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on. He went that way! After him! Wait up! It's Al-Hatham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have... Since you tore through their scam right in front of them...
Who exactly are you two? And why are you a student? Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong! Weren't you...
She doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking...
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merch, we'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's...
You were willing to part with 500,000 more? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the... Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know.
We know it's connected to the Academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because This is what you've been looking for.
Paimon can't tell what it is.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsule... It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. After all, over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that she's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, become one of Dory's customers, and earn her trust. This is...
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have questions. You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks...
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for... I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn...
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know...
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight? Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll... Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for...
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password. And here, don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any more left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in...
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of... The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time. Okay, then...
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy? What a unique palette. We have unripe...
the paper got us past the first...
Roanoke, these two want to buy unripe horror.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wear...
Hold on. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right. He's cautious of us. Let's take a quick...
Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come in, you'll be the first to know. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the He's cautious of us. Let's take a quick...
Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come, you look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumero City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your product. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The matcha? Where? I'll hate them said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He ran that way. Look, he's over there. Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishpaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that voice came from behind the
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe?
These two good customers wish to buy some horror fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory?
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, but it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp. You don't really look like criminals or anything, but
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment.
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also... That's why I prefer to have customers like it's your first time here. But don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy, as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course.
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, take this one for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only through...
Who would want to be an expert?
Or how about the architectural styles? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and...
Ooh, now this sounds like
2 million Mora, and it's yours.
Whoa!
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire.
Alright, let's try the method that Alhaitham mentioned. These, please and thank you.
My, oh my! You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are... Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just 100,000 more,
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth half. Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on! We still have around 100,000 of Alhaitham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful.
Excellent! Then please...
Hold on a second. Paimon's how we...
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million Mora each. I'm sure discern...
Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check these. Huh? Why? Hey, we're getting a capsule worth well, anyway, the Mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword fighting techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Let's go. Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. Then
Find you your perfect...
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
You two made it. And from the looks on your...
Whoa. There's so many people from the academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wikela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here.
You're pretty dear.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcha won't come here.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the note?
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
Yeah, she just wants to meet the God of Wisdom, ask her about something important. We've been in Sumero when we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to the God.
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but my personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I agreed to forego ownership of the divine knowledge capsule in exchange for the opportunity to study it. After all, however, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation. They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains the Scarlet King's power, and that he will return to this world when they
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with...
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me. The divine knowledge capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place to ensure the capsule's security and to evade the mantra's notice. The winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory. Unless I know whose hands the divine knowledge capsule ends, Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to...
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out...
Yes, you can say that. But the day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the divine knowledge capsule's whereabouts. If I get the opportunity to study the divine knowledge capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay. Then...
Ahitham, before you go, we actually bought a knowledge...
You two want to try using a knowledge... Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic. This place...
Here!
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule.
Really? Aw, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, if we can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles, one before using this knowledge capsule, and one after. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical parameters. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's...
Wow! Ahitham! Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academe.
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity.
Sounds like you...
All right, let's begin the test.
Solidify!
Busted! Incinerate!
All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection.
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2. Fight with the same composure as before.
Germinate! Ha! Invisible evidence! Ha! Ja! Ja! Propagate!
This is order.
Baboom!
Now, I'll start recording data again.
Oh, hey, Thumb. How's it go?
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve her combat capability. During the second fight, her overall fighting performance...
Wait! How much? Dory's such a
Of course, this could be because she is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems increasingly worth my investment. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2...